What is up, NASCAR racing fans? You're watching the NASCAR Nitro Series on the HSL Diecast Racing Channel, and today the Stock Series drivers are going to earn their stripes at the Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame, Darlington Raceway. And it's going to be a fun time. We're bringing back the funnel chute for this so they can get their stripes. Slightly modified, only 3 lanes wide this time for this race in Talladega. And today we're kicking it off with William, our points leader for Uncle Elvis Racing, going up against Benny Parsons using Coffee Tart's old car. Excuse me, that's Crazy Ruby's old car, and they're side by side heading into the fat track portion. William gets ahead, going into the turns and beats out Benny Parsons by a car length. Up next we have Skeeter Davis going up against Margot. Skeeter Davis looking to rebound from missing the main event in the Indy 400. He's got a tough battle against Margot. He just body slams her. It's a DNF for Margot. Skeeter Davis runs away with it after slamming Margot into the retaining fence. And up next we have Russ going up against his satellite teammate Baby Richie. And take a look at that jump that Russ got on the outside lane. Baby Richie rubber banding to his back bumper, but it won't be enough. Russ is going to move on to the round of 16. Baby Richie at least finishes. And now we have Gale going up against Johnson Jr., your all-time wins leader. Gale jumps ahead to nearly a full track segment lead. Johnson Jr. struggling to keep up, but Gale falls off the track. Cautions out. El Reco, she's on her roof. Lex Johnson Jr. in the mess as he crawls across the finish line. And she's going to have to now race her way in the last chance showdown. Now let's see what Richie and Emerson can do. Emerson on the outside takes a full track segment lead. But look at him here. He drifts to the right, gets loose, backs off the track for Richie to go around and take the win. That's a DNF for Emerson. We're going to show it on the replay. And he's already squirrely before they even reach the funnel chute. Hits the wall at nearly a 90-degree angle, and there's no saving yourself from that. It looked like a tire went down or something. He had it in the bag, too. And up next, we have Vinny Nightlife on the outside, going up against N-Count for Chase Family Racing. Thunderbird versus Thunderbird. And now N-Count flies off the track trying to make a block. And unlike Emerson, look at that. He recovers. This is getting exciting fast, guys. One highlight reel lap after another. Look at him bouncing across the infield before he jumps back onto the track in front of Vinny Nightlife and rides that push to the finish line. Some epic driving by N-Count. Now let's see if Morgan Shepherd and Alicia Lunatic can replicate that kind of excitement. The gates are down. Morgan Shepherd's got a half a car length lead heading into the fat track, and Alicia right rears him into the retaining wall. Morgan Shepherd stalled out on the track as Alicia Lunatic cruises to victory. Lots of high-profile DNFs so far. Now let's see if Jimbo Rockford and Charlie can avoid that heading into the funnel chute. Jimbo Rockford tries to reverse side draft Charlie. It backfires and he flips on his roof. Charlie powers through the wreckage to move on to the next round. And now we have Clyde and Far Out Jay. Battle of the heavyweights, metal bases, metal bodies. And they shoot out the gate so fast I'm scrambling to catch up with the camera. Far Out Jay with the lead. Holds off an attempt at the line by Clyde. Good clean racing, Far Out Jay moves on. And up next we have Sawyer going up against Coffee Tart. And Coffee Tart with the inside advantage has got to be the favorite here, but Sawyer is a fast car as well. The points don't show up, but he's been to 3 main events so far. But this time he's got some trouble heading into the turn, and that's another DNF. And now it's time for Regular Isaac going up against Texas Terry. And the gates are down, heading down the split portion of the track. Texas Terry actually gets the bumper length advantage. Isaac's keeping it really close. They are still side by side heading into the funnel chute. Isaac reverse side drafts Terry. Both of them cross the finish line, but it'll be Isaac moving on to the next round. And up next we have Tristan Racewelski going up against Violet. And she's had trouble with the start gate all season. Tristan's running away with this. A full track segment lead. Such a dominant lap by Tristan Racewelski. He's had quite a bit of bad luck lately. He really needed that. And now we have his teammate Rusty Wallace going up against Violet's teammate Pantone. And Rusty Wallace looking smooth as butter navigating the turn. Pantone loses quite a bit of momentum at the funnel chute, slides off the track. He'll have to race his way in the last chance event. And now Gator McCluskey's got to go up against Riot Isaac. Gator McCluskey, a single car length lead heading into the funnel chute. And cautions out or not, Riot Isaac flips, lands on his wheels, gains speed. This is one of the most insane things I've ever seen a car do on this channel. He's dead in the water here. He hits the wall at 90 degrees on his roof, somehow recovers on his wheels, gained speed over Riot Isaac. Absolutely incredible driving by Gator McCluskey. He really wants this pole bad. That was like a Saquon hurdle level insane moment. I am literally speechless. That was awesome. And now we have Rowan going up against Lord Shank. Lord Shank, of course, your Indianapolis race winner, gets by Rowan as he loses control on the track. And Lord Shank, he shanked the wall at the last second. He's going to have to race his way in. A double DNF. Just horrible luck. All that momentum from that race win gone. And speaking of momentum, Nessa Force coming off her first main event appearance. Let's see if she can transfer that momentum today. And it looks like she does not. She lands on her roof. Coming out of the turns, Crazy Ruby takes it to be your last driver to make the Sweet 16. But before that, we're going to do the second place bracket, trying to avoid going 0-2 and getting a crappy starting spot. And it looks like Benny Parsons is going to beat Clyde just based on speed. And up next, we have Riot Isaac going up against Vinny Nightlife. There was a couple double DNFs, so some of the drivers that were higher in the points that lost in the first round are back on the back end of the bracket. And they'll have an uphill battle being on the outside. And it looks like Violet's had some more trouble with the start gate. Texas Terry's running away with this. And yeah, Texas Terry, he's going to win this. He's got almost a lap lead over Violet because of that start gate trouble. And that was a very quick third place bracket because of all those DNFs and double DNFs. Now Baby Richie gets put back into the main bracket. This looks like he'll have a tough battle for William here. And Baby Richie flips. He recovers back on his wheels, but William runs away with it. And up next we have Skeeter Davis going up against Russ, and the gates are down. Skeeter Davis already has a 3-car length lead before they even reach the bottom of the split track. Smooth as butter through the funnel chute, doesn't even touch the wall. Showboats across the finish line. Gives our British friend at the finish line a high five. What an epic lap for Skeeter Davis. And now we have Johnson Jr. going up against Alicia Lunatic. I think there's something wrong with one of Johnson Jr.'s wheels. He is pinballing in between the lanes there. I think it happened in the Coca-Cola 600 because that one lap he just sank like a rock after he was leading most of the way. Needless to say, Alicia's moving on to the Elite 8. And here we have another one of the mid-season entries going up against a race winner from earlier in the season. Richie versus Charlie, and some showboating by Charlie. Jumped in the funnel chute, slides through the turn sideways. That's super dangerous, but it doesn't matter. She crosses the finish line first, moves on to the Elite 8. And up next we have N-Count going up against Far Out J. N-Count enters the fat track with a half a car length lead, executes a perfect reverse side draft, but then bins it in the turn, a double DNF. And that'll put Baby Richie, the highest driver in points not to win yet in this round, into the Elite 8, and it might be Crazy Ruby because Coffee Tart is running away from her teammate. And she looked fast, but Coffee Tart was just that much faster. And now the gates are down. Gator McCluskey's going up against Isaac. And Isaac's got nothing to worry about if Gator wins, but Gator bins it. It's another double DNF. What is going on in this round? It's like these guys don't want good starting spots. And now we have the HSL teammates of Tristan Racewelski and Rusty Wallace. And Tristan can just take it easy. This is the last round of the Sweet 16. Save his car. Regular Richie's going to be in the Elite 8, and Tristan will too because of the double DNFs. But Tristan's got his work cut out for him. Now he's going up against our points leader, William. He's got his work cut out for him. That car weighs twice as much as Tristan's. He spins trying to make something happen. William, the first driver to move on to the Final Four. And now let's see if it's going to be Richie or Skeeter Davis. The gates are down. Skeeter Davis got a 3-car length lead heading into the fat track. Once again, smooth as butter through the funnel chute as Richie DNFs. And now let's see if Baby Richie, back in it again because of all the double DNFs, can take down Coffee Tart. And the gates are down. Coffee Tart's off to a track segment lead already. Gets loose heading into the turns. Enters the turn vertically but doesn't crash. Ends up taking the lap, moving on to the Final Four. And now we have Charlie going up against Rusty Wallace. And look at Charlie flying down the track. Heading into the funnel chute, Charlie's got a 2-car length lead. Rusty Wallace needs a miracle here, and he ain't going to get it. Your last driver in the Final Four is going to be Charlie, going up against your points leader, William. They are side by side, going too fast again for the HSL blimp pilot. He loses control of the blimp trying to get a good shot here, and for William, it's a convincing win anyway. Let's see if Coffee Tart has anything for Skeeter Davis. The 2 fastest cars in the league going up 1v1. Coffee Tart gets a little loose at the start gate, but that doesn't stop her from taking a car length lead at the bottom of the fat track. Coffee Tart and Skeeter Davis get swirly. Skeeter moves under Coffee Tart, but it's not enough. It's going to be Coffee Tart and William going for the pole, and they are side by side all the way down the split track. Still nobody has a clear advantage heading into the turns. It's still a dead heat in the middle of the turn. Looks like William got it. We're going to replay this whole lap. We're going to play it in slow motion. Another great, exciting lap. This is one of my favorite qualifying videos I've ever done. Just awesome driving, close racing, so many stunts and recoveries. You can see they're still both side by side heading into the funnel chute, pushing and shoving each other. William gets the slightest advantage in the turn. And that's just over a bumper length for the pole position. You could not make this competition better if you tried. And now it's the draws for position. Charlie gets 1 spot over Skeeter Davis. A 6 over a 5. Rusty Wallace is the big winner for the Elite 8. An ace beats a 4 any day of the week. Far Out Jay takes it for the rest of the guys that won it in the first round but lost in the second. And here are the drivers that won the 0-2 bracket race. And it looks like Riot Isaac's going to draw the short straw among the drivers that finished the lap. And here we have the field fillers going up against drivers at DNF. Morgan Shepherd beats the field here. Jimbo Rockford going up against these field fillers. And it looks like Haley Deegan's going to DNQ Lord Shank and Johnny Fire Iron. But he gets tossed off the track by E. Marshall. E. Marshall's going to make it through there. Nessa Force wins that one. And up next we have Rowan going up against Elmo Langley and Jeremy Mayfield. And Elmo Langley takes the second spot there. So far, the series regulars at DNF are undefeated. Pantoni's no exception. And up next we have Sawyer going up against Ricky Craven and D. Driver. Sawyer's in the race. Jeremy Mayfield got another chance. He finished pretty high in the points last year. He's going to miss the race. Gale is going to drag Kenny Schrader across the finish line. And up next we have Margot going up against Jeff Fuller and the crew. And looks like Margot's the only one to finish, so we're going to have Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch go up, and Kyle Busch wins it. They're going to be, that's Rowdy Busch, not Kyle Busch. So he's going to be starting in last place. Kyle Larson will be starting in last place, actually. And here are the draws for your back markers. And Jimbo Rockford and Sawyer actually drew the same card in 8 of spades. And Jimbo Rockford won the advantage here. Here's your full starting lineup. William, your points leader and pole sitter. Coffee Tart, Charlie, Skeeter Davis, Rusty Wallace, and Baby Richie will be leading the segments down. Tristan Racewelski, Normal Richie, Alicia Lunatic, Crazy Ruby, Far Out Jay, and N Count will be making up your front rows. A good starting spot for Vinny Nightlife. Good to see him starting in the front half of a race for a change. Terry Labonte starting third in his segment. It's a miracle that car can even roll down a track after what happened at Martinsville. And Kyle Larson will be starting in last place. And if you thought this qualifying session was epic, just wait till you see the race. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and if you haven't done already, subscribe. We'll see you out there on the track.